Hello, and welcome to the Smart Inclusion Podcast, where we connect the dots between investing in people, investing capital, and preserving the planet. Each episode brings you powerful stories from thought leaders like women, indigenous people, and unsung heroes who are driving the global energy transition forward. This podcast ties together the complex threads of sustainability, showing how the public can engage with new opportunities in energy transition and invest in their communities. Whether you're interested in the future of energy, climate change, sustainable investing, or understanding why these changes matter to you, Smart Inclusion delivers insightful conversations that break down what's happening, what's on the horizon, and how you can be part of this transformational movement. I'm your host, Todd Q. Adams. Welcome to the Smart Inclusion Podcast. Today, we're going to focus on equity economics. However, this time we're going to talk about women in the energy transition. This is actually a favorite topic of mine. Just kind of to share some of my experiences throughout my career, working in IT, working as well within the energy and utility sector. I have seen very few women that I have actually who have had it as colleagues. And so as I think through this, however, often when I look at the people who have been most impactful, either as trusted advisors, people who I have maintained contact with over the years, the folks who are actually positioned or focused on equity within the space, and actually just people who I really respect as leaders, they disproportionately are women, I believe, because they do focus on equity. We have a tremendous problem within this space, within the energy transition. And it really is within the overall energy transition value chain. What I mean by value chain, I mean we have it's whether that's investors, founders, policymakers, or even people like workforce advisors in the space or investment folks in the space. However, the good news is that that is changing. And that is what this show is all about. We're going to highlight some of those voices and amplify some of those voices who are sharing success stories, what they're doing to help themselves to help empower and mentor girls, whether it be helping them for pathways into community colleges like my guest, Dr. Monique Humphrey at Austin Community College has done. And it's also, and as well as being a workforce futurist and looking at addressing our clean energy work skills gap by helping women to entree into jobs and into fields that have traditionally been male dominated. Did you know that the construction industry, which is essential to building wind farms, solar farms, electric vehicle infrastructure, energy storage, actually the skilled trades, we know that there's a skills gap and a skills gap as well as, a shortage. Well, we're going to have experts who are going to share what we need to do to address that, to have an inclusive workforce and why that is essential for ensuring success within this energy transition. That's one example. From the standpoint of a founder, we're going to look through the lens of a founder, Nisha Desai. Nisha heads Intention. Intention is an online platform that democratizes investing in climate impact startups. So we have a woman who is actually going to share her story in fundraising and startups, as well as being an executive. All of this is extremely important because we have an aging workforce. We have a workforce we're going to have a tremendous amount of jobs that need to be created. To give you some context, in Texas, right here in Texas, 100,000 jobs, clean energy jobs, have been created over the last 2 years, and with a $15 billion impact to our gross domestic product right here in the state of Texas. Many states are also reaping the benefits of this. A lot of this is coming from the government, who is actually catalyzing a lot of this investment through grants, such as grants from the Inflation Reduction Act, the Investment inflation, the IIJA, Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, funding to build out our infrastructure. And what we are slowly seeing is that we are seeing some intentionality from institutions, from labor unions, from community colleges, also from investors and founders who are now all finding a lane and driving change in this space. So they are innovative, they are leaders, and this is an actual imperative. This is an imperative because we do not have enough people. We literally do not have enough people to actually fuel this energy transition and actually to staff it. We need more people. We need more insight. We need more expertise. And that ranges from the skilled trades, whether it be all the way up to folks being architects, engineers, electricians. We need a ton of electricians. We need a ton of electricians just to electrify everything at utility scale. That's something that, we need to highlight as well. Again, our guests will bring their unique insights as to how we do all of that and do it in a very inclusive way with sustainable funding and also models that actually include everyone. Because inclusion in this space is actually, is an economic imperative. So one of the first thing that we do it's needed, we need to listen. So one of the things I started doing is just listening to women. When I say listen, I just listen from the standpoint of what we need, because we have blind spots. And so that I don't have those blind spots, meaning when you're looking at the technical or the economic feasibility of a project, as an example, what are the community benefits that may be delivered to families, that may need to be delivered to communities, that we may need, that helps us all. And we actually need diverse voices at the table. Unfortunately, disproportionately, those voices are male, they're technical, and they're also the folks who are actually financing these projects. However, this energy transition requires all hands on deck. And so in my personal experience, I've been so moved by the people that I've worked with and my colleagues in addressing these disparities, that our guests are going to really share their insights. I know that they're going to give you some shared knowledge, that things that you probably haven't thought about beyond just what we need to do to decarbonize our planet, but how do we balance decarbonizing our planet in a way that benefits all of us economically, socially, and ensures environmental justice. That's really what we're talking about. You can't have it where it's all just about the financial modeling, or just it's elitist, or it's so just esoteric to a few. It has to be inclusive, and that's something that, quite frankly, I've seen that women actually do better, and kind of expanding the tent. And this is something that we need, and really going forward, as I said before, listening, and listening to women is going to be powerful. Listening more to women so that we can drive these points home, so that we can have a clean energy workforce, a viable clean energy workforce that works for all, so that we can ensure healthy economic development for our communities, our tax base, wealth creation, and give folks clean energy jobs, which this money and this grant funding from the Inflation Reduction Act is intended to do, but it's intended for all. Join us in our next episode where we will be talking to Nisha Desai of Intention. Intention is an online platform for democratizing investing within climate impact. That simply means all of us can participate, not just the wealthy. So we're going to look forward to hearing from you, and please like, share, and provide your insights. Thank you very much. Look forward to engaging you on the next episode. Thank you.